Hello, in this video we are going to talk about 4 typical dances of the Colombia's Caribbean coast. And we'll explain how do they dance, their clothes, their instruments, and a little bit of the history of cumbia, mapalé, gaita, and puya.
We're also gonna do a comparison between Lewis model, Homestead model, and the iceberg model. So we hope you enjoy the video. As you can see, cumbia is one of the most melodic representative expression of Colombia. It brings together 3 cultures: the African, indigenous, and European. The African influence gives the rhythm in the drums, while the indigenous flute blends the melody. The European influence provides some variation in the melodies, choreography, and customs of the dancers. The dance element of cumbia is said to express love between a man and a woman. This can be seen in the dance's structure, which includes pairs of man and woman dancing with one another almost exclusively. Today, the female dancers usually wear long skirts with sequins, flower headdresses, earrings, and a lot of makeup, while men generally wears white shirts, white pants, red bandana, and a sombrero. According to the Homestead model, Colombia has a short-term orientation because, as I mentioned before, it maintains its tradition in music, customs, and many other aspects. Furthermore, there is not an evidence of masculinity or femininity within the implicit values in this culture. In the contrary, they shown to be a collective culture as they complement each other while dancing. Now, talking about the Lewis model, Colombia is characterized to be a multi-active culture, and it can be noticed in the dancing as well. For example, if the dancers are having a presentation, but there's no music at all because the musicians couldn't be there in time, they, as Colombians, are flexible enough to take control of emergent situations.
Colombian dance that shows the planting right. They use tools such as hoes in men and hoopers in women. This dance is also known as porra politeada, and it is characterized by their movement and the joy of music, which invite people to dance. The rhythm of this dance comes from cumbia, and they don't have a defined melody in comparison with other dances. And the rhythm of this dance is slow and deliberate. The performance of this dance is similar to cumbia in their hips movements and in body postures. The only difference is that they don't lift the foot as in cumbias. The use of skirts and candles are slow movements. By this, we can see that the body language is an essential part of it. For the performance, it's fundamental to have some instruments as the flute, the drum, the tambora, and the guitar. Now talking about the clothing they use in the dance, women use a long colorful skirt and at the top a shirt in form of wash basin. The men use the white regular pants and a sleeved shirt. They also use a ribbon in the hips and in the neck. These vestments are so similar to cumbia's dance. As my classmate told you, and according to the Homestead model, there is no evidence about masculinity or femininity. They show to be a collective culture because we can see the peasant family dance and work together as a whole group. It's important to know that this type of culture is characterized for being a multi-active because they are always careful about each of the elements of the dancing. Of the elements I am talking about are the hoppers that carry the woman and the hoes that the men use to make movement. Now I'm going to show you a little video about a group of people in Cartagena, Colombia that are dancing the gaitas. I hope you enjoy it.
we can find in the street. It was originated in 1885 in Magdalena, but we can also find this type of dance in Cesar department. It is characterized by the enumerative figures the dancers make in the dance, but also that their expressions are pretty lively. It is usual that they adopt the elements of cumbia as the liner movements in the dance. Also, as women as men, both have rapid movements in their legs and hips that give to the dance a vibrant and dramatic result. In Puya's dance, we can find some instruments that are representative in this one. We can find a tambora, a flute, and a drum. Now, talking about the clothes, it's important to know that the women use small skirts with folds that have many colors, and in the top part they use a small shirt. This type of cloth gives the perfect movement to the woman at the moment they are dancing. In the other hand, men only use the pants with folds in so many colors as women have. According to the Hoftef model, and said by my classmates, there is not an evidence of masculinity or femininity. In the contrary, they are shown as a collective culture because in the dance they complement each other. Now, talking about the Lewis model, we found that, as my friend told, Colombia is characterized to be a multi-active culture. This could be found in Puya dance because they are flexible and anything could happen. For example, if someone that is fundamental in the dance is missing, they can solve that inconvenience. Now, I'm going to show you a little piece of the dance of Puya. Hope you enjoy it.
One of the most popular dances is mapalé. It is a fast cumbia rhythm that makes the couples get into euphoric movements and was brought to Colombia from African slaves. It was created by the African slaves living on the Caribbean coast of Colombia and originally danced and played at night on the banks of the Magdalena River, using drums, clapping, and singing. The name mapalé comes from a fish that populate this river. In this dance, the male's movement represents a fish out of water, while the females represent the waves of a choppy sea. Female dancers wear short skirts to accentuate their movements, while male dancers typically dress in colorful pants and no shirts. Mapalé is traditionally played with two drums, el tambor alegre and tambora, and nowadays often add a guache to the sound. It begins with pairs dancing and then facing each other with short steps, fast pace, and constant clapping. Colombian culture shows in this dance with their jumps, fall, sensual movement, passionate energy, and unrestrained body language, one of the most common characteristics of a multi-active culture. Classified with a short-term orientation as an indulgent culture, mapalé expresses Caribbean's African heritage that has been preserved over hundreds of years, while enjoying life and having fun, making this dance a truly amazing rhythm. Now, there is a demonstration of this extraordinary dance. Hope you enjoy it.